Good evening, good afternoon, and welcome to another show here on this station here. It ain't no use when you're the world that we used to love, which unfortunately a lot of it was an illusion. It goes because, as pretty much the song symbolises, that people like to hear what they want to hear rather than what they need to hear. So that wasn't just dedicated to girls, it was dedicated to boys as well, and ladies and gents, because we all need to make a change. But anyway, let's get into the links of the show. If you want to capture the show, you can go to www.spreaker.com/user/100903668. And if you want to get a hold of me, you can also contact me on Rob E.T. Tamate Tūhaka on Facebook. Miwi is Rob Tamate-Tūhaka on Facebook. And the good old email, which is blattinboy, BLATTINBOY @gmail.com. Don't forget that the capital B, there's a capital B on Blattin. The boy is lowercase. And also we've got the good old text service if you want to get a hold of me, either national or internationally. And this is only a text-only service. If you try and ring it, it won't work due to the fact of it's not in the phone. It's in my internet mobile device, which I broadcast off, but it could also receive texts. So, and those get monitored now and throughout the week. So if you want to send me a text, the number is 0064 22199 6916. As we do as usual, we like to do acknowledgements. I like to acknowledge the Truth, Honour and Integrity group, run by Thomas Williams. As I always say every week, thank you for your support, because they do support. If anyone doesn't know what THI is all about, it's a group designed for people that can't fit in their everyday society or everyday life, somewhere for them to go and can express themselves without being judged. We've had a few trolls, to be honest, but majority of the time, a lot of us are supportive with each other. We help each other through everything and anything, even though we're dotted all around the world. So I like to say thank you. Also to the Open Your Mind Radio, Open Your Mind Internet Radio lot too. I started to get into your Miwi group, which is great. That's with Alan James and Stephen George. So they also do a lot of good work over in Ireland as well, and I have been thinking about them and setting intentions of support due to the fact of what they are going through, and that's pretty much in one of the number one countries, one of them, that is a symbol of corruption at the moment, but they can change. It doesn't have to always be like that. So and also what Randy Morgan does with Off Planet Radio, his information is valid too. For the ones who don't know these fellows, if you're ready for alternative information, it's I guess for the ones that are just woken up, brace yourself, because a lot of the information is heavy and it is top loaded with a lot of things. So especially the THI shows, and also loads of information with the OIM shows, and also Randy Morgan shows, and the guests that Alan James and them have interviewed in the past. Mixture of information, different perspectives on different subjects. It's not just one subject. So if you're ready to get your mind blowing, I don't want you to blow your mind, because it can be dangerous. But if you're awake enough to handle information like that, I would recommend going to those ones as well. Not much updates this week, due to the fact of I've just been real busy. As it says, weeding out the chaff. We've been doing a lot of that here lately. It's been quite an interesting week, actually. So all I can say about it is we're making progress here in New Zealand. It's a bit slow, but it'll eventually speed up once once we all get together, which is happening real slowly. I'm pleased to say that there's been a few people that are standing up here in Gisborne alone due to the fact of the homelessness crisis here that I've explained in the past. But if you haven't listened to my other shows, I'll briefly explain it. It's pretty much over 200 families are waiting to be on the waiting list for work and income to get a house. And these are people that live in their cars, live in tents on Midway Beach, and other places, and also live underneath the bridge. It sounds sad the way I put it and the way I'm just straight up with it, but unfortunately we have to address these things to get a better change. So that's currently still in progress here. What else has been happening this week that has popped up on my radar? Not much really. Just trying to help people out. I like to make a special dedication out to one of my listeners, Jermaine Holden. She was going through a bit of a rough patch at this weekend. I won't go too much into her story, but pretty much one day I was just sitting here, and I'm all the way in Gisborne, and she's all the way in the UK. So this is how amazing the quantum field can be. I was just doing my own thing. One day it was it was on, when was my Sunday? Tuesday, I think. Tuesday, Wednesday. And all of a sudden she kept on popping into my mind, and I eventually told her, and then stuff happened, and she explained, which I'm not going to repeat because it's not for other ears, it's quite personal, but just that alone can tell you that the morphogenic field, or the quantum field, works in mysterious ways. And it's that whole thing of she was 12 hours behind me, or in front, I can't remember which one, but yet from that distance, I guess it's due to the fact that I care. I've come to care for some of these people in the group. I really felt it, like it was like a genuine connection, and when she explained it, I'm like, it explains what I was feeling. So I guess that's part of the positives, one of the positives to end on the positive notes. But it's just been great. I mean, just figuring out all the gifts that we've got, modifying the weather. I like to say thank you and a dedication to the Aslan Army group, which they wanted me to talk about modifying the weather and my methods of doing it. Just to let you know that everyone has that method. It's sort of like a computer. We're sort of like biological computers, but we work differently than a computer. We don't process the same. We don't process in bits as computers do. Our brains work differently, but pretty much that I just explained my method of modifying the weather, how to do the visualizations, everything like that. Shadow work helps with it too, because it takes all the doubts away. So it's looking great, and I just can't wait. It's for the future, I guess, because it's looking good. And positive. Even though there's a lot of negativity happening in the world, we are counteracting with positive vibes. If we just think positive and send positive vibes to balance it, will be great. But until then, you've been listening to Robbie T. Cheer. You've been listening to Robbie T on ET Radio.